review this. If we look on page 349, on page 349, you see this chart right here that explains to you the symbols that you have learned before. This symbol means it's less than. This symbol is greater than. The symbol with the line has half of an equal sign. That's what that bottom line comes from, is an equal sign. That means it's less than or equal to. And then the greater than with the line under it means is greater than or equal to. So for example, if you have x is greater than or equal to 3, that means that x could be 4, could be 5, could be 6, could be 7, could be anything that's greater than 3, but it also could be equal to 3. But if you have x is greater than 3, it cannot be 3. It has to be greater than. It could be 3.5, but it can't just be x equals 3. Okay, it has to be greater than. That's what this is saying. So, if we look back here, if you have the less than symbol with the equal to sign under it, or the greater than symbol with the equal sign under it, it's going to be a shaded circle when you plot it on your graph. If you have a greater than or if you have a less than or a greater than symbol without the equal to line under it, it's going to be an open circle when you plot it on your graph. So here's what I mean by that. If we look on page 350, if you look at this first example, they have y is less than or equal to -3. So you're going to take your number they gave you, which in this case is -3, and that's where your dot is going to go. Because this was a less than or equal to, it's going to be a shaded circle. Then, this is what I think is so easy about this. Your arrow goes in whatever direction it points. So look at this. If you were to think about that as an arrow, that's the direction you should be going. The sign should be the direction you're going. So if our sign points to the left, we're going to the left. Okay? Now look at the next example. It says 1 is less than m. Well, there's something with this problem that I have to fix before I can move on. Notice with the one we just did, the variable comes first. You always need to have the variable come first. This is still an okay problem, but in order to plot it, it's a lot easier if you flip it to make the variable come first. So it's almost like flipping a picture. You're going to take it and flip it like that. If I were to write on a sheet of paper, 1 is less than m. I'm going to write that exact problem down on this sheet of paper. Watch what happens when I flip it. M is greater than 1. So, I flipped my order of numbers and I flipped my sign. You flip the entire thing. So, where we had 1 is greater than m, we're going to flip it to say m is greater than 1. So we had 1 is less than m. We flip it to say m is greater than 1. You flipped the entire thing around. Okay? So, now look at how they plotted that one. It's hard to see on mine. Yours is clearer because you have yours in color. But is the circle open or closed?
Open.
Open. Your circle is open because it's not an or equal to problem. And then our arrow goes to the right, so our arrow goes to the right. That's how you plot it. Okay? I want you to stop now ahead. Do this first. Reflect question. How is x is less than 5 different from x is less than or equal to 5? There should be 2 possible answers to this. I'm going to give you a minute to respond to that.